Did you know that throughout history, a specific group of individuals would hold the reins of the world's largest empires, despite being castrated at a young age? Yes, we're talking about eunuchs. Today, we're going to dive into the fascinating, untold stories of the 10 most powerful and cunning eunuchs throughout history. From the court of the Byzantine Empire to the halls of the Chinese Forbidden City, these individuals not only survived, but thrived in their environment, wielding immense power and influence. Welcome to Night Tales, the history channel that tells the story of the least explored part of history. Let's begin. We begin our journey in ancient China with one of the world's first historians, Sima Qian. Born to a family of astrologers serving the Han court, Sima Qian's life took a dramatic turn when he defended a disgraced general. The emperor, displeased, presented Sima with a choice: death or castration. He chose the latter, a decision that came with a tremendous stigma, but was done for a noble reason: to complete his father's life's work, a historical record of China. This text, known as the Shiji, or Records of the Grand Historian, was no ordinary book. It chronicled over 2,000 years of Chinese history, from the mythical Yellow Emperor to his own time. Sima Qian pioneered many historical methods, including the use of multiple sources and a critical approach to their accuracy. Despite his personal suffering, he produced a work of enduring value, influencing every Chinese historian who came after him. His life is a testimony to the human spirit's resilience, proving that personal tragedy could be turned into a source of strength. From China, let's traverse to Persia, to the court of the Achaemenid Empire. Here we meet Bagoas, a eunuch who rose to become the chief vizier. Eunuchs were often given roles as trusted servants, but Bagoas went beyond his position, becoming a kingmaker and a puppet master. Bagoas served King Artaxerxes III, but when the king's policies didn't align with his, Bagoas decided it was time for a change. He poisoned the king, and then the king's son Narses, when he too failed to comply. Bagoas then placed Darius III on the throne, a man he believed could be easily manipulated. However, his cunning couldn't save him forever. Darius, aware of Bagoas' deeds, forced him to drink poison. Bagoas' life stands as a testament to the unexpected influence a eunuch could exert in the power corridors of an empire. From the political intrigue of Persia, we move to the intellectual milieu of early Christianity. Here we encounter Origen of Alexandria, a scholar, theologian, and a self-castrated eunuch. Origen lived in a time when Christianity was still defining its theological boundaries. His intellect and devotion found expression in a vast body of work, much of which has unfortunately been lost. What makes Origen unique is his decision to become a eunuch. Taking a line from the Bible literally, he castrated himself to avoid sexual temptation and devote himself to Christian service. This act, controversial even among his contemporaries, underscores his deep commitment to his faith. His contributions to theology, like the concept of the Holy Trinity and the idea of universal salvation, have significantly influenced Christian thought. Despite the controversy surrounding his teachings in self-castration, Origen's influence on Christian theology is undeniable. Our journey now takes us to the 20th century, where we meet Gavriel Ilizarov, a Soviet physician, and yes, a eunuch. Due to a botched hernia operation, Ilizarov was left a eunuch at a young age, but this personal tragedy didn't deter him from pursuing a career in medicine. Living through the horrors of World War II, Ilizarov witnessed the need for advanced orthopedic care. He invented a unique apparatus for lengthening limb bones, a technique now known as distraction osteogenesis. His invention, the Ilizarov apparatus, was initially met with skepticism. But when he successfully treated the legendary Russian Olympic champion, Valery Brumel, who had a severe leg fracture, his technique gained worldwide recognition. Today, his apparatus is used globally, providing a lifeline for individuals with limb length discrepancies and complex fractures. Ilizarov's life is a testament to the indomitable spirit of human innovation, showing us that even the most challenging personal circumstances can lead to breakthroughs that benefit humanity. We return to China, this time to the court of the Ming Dynasty, to meet Zheng He, a eunuch admiral who changed the course of maritime history. Zheng was captured by the Ming army as a boy during their conquest of Yunnan, and was castrated, becoming a servant in the prince's household. However, his loyalty and intelligence didn't go unnoticed. He quickly rose through the ranks, becoming a trusted advisor to the prince, who later ascended the throne as Emperor Yongle. Zheng He was entrusted with commanding the Ming treasure voyages. a series of 7 maritime expeditions that stretched from Southeast Asia to the eastern coast of Africa. Commanding a fleet of hundreds of ships and tens of thousands of sailors, Zheng He established Chinese dominance in the Indian Ocean, opening trade routes and forming diplomatic relations with various nations. His voyages stand as a testament to the grandeur of the Ming dynasty and the integral role eunuchs played in its administration. Moving west, we arrive at the Byzantine Empire, where we meet Eutropius, the only eunuch in history to have attained the rank of a Roman consul. Eutropius served as a chamberlain in the court of Emperor Arcadius, and through shrewd manipulation and strategic alliances, he became one of the most influential figures in the empire. Eutropius was instrumental in the marriage of Arcadius to Aelia Eudoxia, solidifying his influence. During his tenure, he advocated for several reforms, including the prohibition of the clandestine sale of provincial governorships. However, his power and influence also earned him many enemies. His fall came swiftly, when he was charged with treason and executed. Despite his ignominious end, Eutropius' rise to power illustrates the heights a eunuch could reach in the political landscape of the Byzantine Empire. Now let's step into the opulence and intrigue of the Ottoman Empire, where the chief eunuch held significant power. One of the most prominent among them was Saris, the chief black eunuch under Sultan Ahmed III. The chief eunuch managed the imperial harem and supervised the education of the princes. But their influence extended far beyond the palace walls. Saris was deeply involved in court politics, and his tenure coincided with the Tulip period, a time of peace, luxury, and cultural flourishing. However, it was also a time of political unrest, with power struggles between the Sultan, the Grand Vizier, and the Janissaries, the elite military corps. Saris navigated this complex political landscape with aplomb. He used his position to influence court politics, championing the arts and promoting individuals who supported his cause. His life offers a glimpse into the dynamic world of the Ottoman court and the crucial role eunuchs played within it. Cai Lun, a Chinese eunuch who revolutionized human communication, served in the Han court, and he is credited with the invention of paper. Before Cai Lun, texts were written on silk, which were expensive, or on bamboo, which was bulky. The need for a cheaper, more convenient material was apparent. Cai Lun rose to this challenge, experimenting with various materials like tree bark, hemp, rags, and fishnets. The result was a thin, flexible, and durable material, paper. The invention of paper transformed the world, making knowledge more accessible and its dissemination easier. It is no exaggeration to say that Cai Lun's invention laid the foundation for the world as we know it today. Heading back to the Byzantine Empire, we encounter Narses, a eunuch who achieved great military success. As the Grand Chamberlain of Emperor Justinian I, Narses was no stranger to court politics. However, it was on the battlefield that he truly distinguished himself. When Italy was threatened by the Ostrogoths, Justinian I appointed Narses to lead the Byzantine forces, despite Narses having no previous military experience. Narses defied all expectations, employing brilliant strategy and diplomacy to reclaim Italy for the empire. His most significant victory was at the Battle of Taginae, where he cleverly used his smaller army's mobility to confuse and defeat the larger Ostrogothic forces. Narses' military successes changed the course of European history, but they also highlight an overlooked aspect of eunuchs' roles in ancient societies. They weren't merely servants or administrators. They could also be formidable military leaders. Our final destination is the Ming Dynasty's court in China, where we meet Liu Jin, one of the most infamous eunuchs in Chinese history. Liu rose to power during the reign of the Zheng He Emperor, a ruler known for his lack of interest in governance, preferring to indulge in pleasure-seeking activities. Taking advantage of the power vacuum, Liu Jin essentially ran the empire, controlling access to the emperor and making key political decisions. His rule, known as the Rule of the Eight Tigers, was marked by rampant corruption and heavy taxation, causing widespread resentment among the people and the court officials. However, his lust for power was his downfall. When his corruption was exposed, he was sentenced to a slow and brutal execution method known as death by 1,000 cuts. Despite his ignominious end, Liu Jin's life serves as a potent reminder of the dangers of unchecked power, even in the hands of a eunuch. We've journeyed through time and across continents, exploring the lives of some of history's most influential eunuchs. From military strategists and ruthless dictators to scholars and inventors, these eunuchs have shaped the world in ways that still resonate today. So which of these stories captivated you the most? Is there a specific eunuch whose journey through adversity to power and influence you find particularly inspiring or intriguing? Share your thoughts in the comment below. And don't forget to subscribe, as we will make more videos like this in the future on Night Tales.